Hello, everybody. Chilling out a little bit. I'm with with some of my team here. Oh. There's Gracious,
Hi.
Gabriel,
Hello.
and Praises, who you probably recognize from some of our events. Gabriel, he was with us in Dallas for the Moodsy Gala this year in September.
Yep.
Gracious, you probably might recognize him from doing some of our agriculture stuff. And he'll be giving us a tour of the agroforestry farm, which we've talked a lot about.
So, hello everyone. We are streaming live from the warm heart of Doha in Kasese. And Gabriel, did you already say hello?
Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us. Indeed, we are in Kasese, Tia Kaza Doha, and Praises is saying that we are indeed the warm heart
Of Doha.
of Doha. Yeah, we are right at the foot of the mountain, and mountain. It's beautiful. Some people usually come to hike. Some people just to see the beautiful scenery. And also 5 minutes away, I think there is a Bua River and Bua Road block. So we are situated at a very nice place. Some of you know it. So we are happy to talk to you, to show you around the campus on this Giving Tuesday. So stay there and interact with us.
The reason that we're doing this live stream today is this is an international celebration of thankfulness and of giving. So we call it Giving Tuesday, and this is kind of a day in the year. It comes the Tuesday after Thanksgiving in the United States, when people come together to celebrate not just what they have, but also what they're able to give back to the world, what they're able to give back to people in their community, and to give back to kind of missions that they believe in. So we're celebrating that today here in Malawi.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we are glad that you are here with us as we'll be talking more about Oran's mission, what we do, more about the new program of energy and environment, and other things. So stay there, grab your drink, anything you like. It might be water, it might be toga, or anything you like. As long as you're there, chat with us.
Okay, cool. So we're going out here. We've got Gabriel and the rest of the team that we are meeting. Yeah, so we're going outside. Yeah, so this is the this over here is the building where we just were. We usually call it the Mission House. See, we've still got Gabriel and Praises and Gracious behind me.
Yeah.
It's a little sunny, and then over here we've got in the back we've got some staff housing. Gabriel, your house is over here on the...
Yeah, I live on the last house to the left.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you need me, this is where you find me.
Yeah, perfect. when you're coming to visit, you can maybe stay at Gabriel's place.
You're most welcome.
Yeah. And when I'm here, I'm usually visiting for about a week or so at a time, and I stay in kind of the opposite side of the house or the building where we just were. There's some visiting guest houses over there. So yeah. So Gracious, do you want to tell us a little bit about the agroforestry farm that we're going to go see?
Yeah, of course, definitely. I just have to talk some few things about this farm, which was introduced last year, and right now this farm is 1 year and some months old, and currently we have several kind of crops in this farm. Of course, this farm has been designed to be so more friendly to the environment. and more importantly to the people whom we are living with in the community. That's why you'll find that we have different crops which can also be found locally around our community. So right now, I just want to show you some pawpaws, some bananas and mangoes,
Okay.
which have been produced organically. And currently, we have already done some harvest from this farm, especially pawpaws. And people from the community, they have enjoyed the pawpaws from this farm for the whole of this year. So. Of course, here we have our
Gracious, what's popo?
papaya.
Papaya,
Yeah,
right?
papaya, yes,
So
yeah.
popo is what they call papaya in Malawi. So
Yes.
do you want to show us maybe one of the popo trees?
Yeah, we can go this direction.
Okay.
I just have to show you some, which here we have right now.
Some bananas.
So
Yeah.
today, while we're celebrating Giving Tuesday and we're learning about our agroforestry farm, really what we're focusing on raising money for today is our energy and environment program. This will be a new program in 2025, and really a big part of that is also just working with the environment, working and alternative energies in ways to combat climate change and just help create a more sustainable future for Malawi. So that's kind of why we're starting out with the agroforestry plot, and we'll kind of see a little bit more from Gracious. I just wanted to add some context to that. So here.
Thank you. Okay. Here, of course, we can start with bananas, if you may like.
Okay, let's go check out some of these bananas.
Yeah. Yes. Here we have this banana, which was planted last year around that was June, July, and right now it's 1 year old. But you can see that we have a lot of fruits from it, and we also have some suckers just around it, which can be shared to other farmers for them also to grow on their fields.
So Gracious, can you tell us? You mentioned banana suckers. Can you maybe tell us what that is? What does that mean?
Okay, banana suckers. These are shoots from the main stalk of the banana which comes out which comes out after the main stalk has grown big. So we can say maybe the children of the main banana.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a banana tree basically it grows and then it produces bananas, and then once it produces bananas,
So they produce suckers. Those suckers can be transplanted into other fields. So
okay.
yeah, I can say that's the way of multiplication of the bananas.
Okay, cool. So it continues to produce more banana plants that are by these ones. And then also he said that they actually transplant these to other farmers. Very nice.
Yeah, so let's go over there. I also have to show you some wheat, which we have just harvested early in this morning, and we also have a sunflower there, which has been produced organically from the very same agroecology farm.
Awesome. Okay. We saw the bananas. We'll go look at the papaya here soon, and now we're gonna go look at the wheat that we just harvested this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get the angle on this. I'm not sure how well this is gonna work.
Yeah.
But-
So
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so-
Oh, nice.
this is our wheat from our agroecology farm.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. So we have just harvested this wheat area this morning, and this wheat was cultivated on this small piece of land. But from this piece of land, we are expecting to get close to 10 kgs of wheat. So of course, this farming system, it's almost new to our area. Most of our farmers are not yet used to wheat production. So we are trying to promote wheat production since most of the wheat is being exported in Malawi. So
okay.
so we are trying to bring more attention to farmers so that maybe they can also start producing the wheat, and we can reduce the percentage of exports on wheat.
Imports.
Yeah, yes, imports.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. What Gracious is saying is, since there's not a lot of wheat that's grown in Malawi, and by expanding the production here, then hopefully Malawi can import less food and produce more of its own food. Malawi is a very agricultural nation. So I think it's about 80% of Malawians are farmers.
Yeah,
And really, I think 100% of Malawians are farmers at the end of the day,
Yeah,
right?
of
Because
course.
people here really like to farm.
Yeah.
But that is one of those things, is really producing, the same things that you're going to eat. So not just, export crops like tobacco, which is a big thing here, but also really the crops for consumption. That might be wheat, maize, or corn. Is a really big one. And so, yeah, that wheat looks great. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, great to see that we can grow wheat in Doha. Tell us more. How can we cultivate it? Ooh, do you want to tell us a little bit more about our process of cultivating wheat here? Maybe about how you're growing the seed stock.
Yeah, maybe just in short, not like in detail. Of course, wheat, it's more similar to the way we cultivate soybeans. It's just a matter of making making a proper lines and the proper spacing on your ridges, so that you don't make something like overpopulation
Right.
of the crops. So since the moment you make it more overpopulated, it doesn't do well.
Right.
Yeah. So
It's a close up on that wheat. Yeah, that's some beautiful stuff. Grown right here on Orient Charities Africa agroforestry farm. Oh, and we see Linda in the chat. Yeah, hey John. Okay, so let's do a little bit more walking around. You wanted to show us the papaya plant?
let me just show you.
Ooh, the sunflowers.
Sunflowers.
Okay, here, let's go look at the sunflowers.
So here we have the sunflower, which has also been produced organically. Sunflower, it's a good crop to the nation, since it's a source of cooking oil in our country. So we are also promoting production of sunflower, so that maybe each and every farmer can have the access to cheap cooking oil in their homes, therefore promoting healthy diet.
And also, if I'm not mistaken, we work with some large producers of sunflower that also produce a lot of sunflower oil. BOMFA, Boe Farmers Cooperative, up in Kasungu. We've been working with them for probably more than 12 years, maybe?
Yeah,
12 years.
Yeah, more than 12 years.
And so we work with them to produce a lot of sunflower oil that is good in Malawi. It does well economically and is good for the population and for the economy.
So I think agriculture as a business, so the goal is to produce high value crops on a small piece of land and be able to produce more and make more money out of it. As you have seen, we talked about growing wheat. Now we are talking about sunflower, which can be easily added value to produce cooking oil, and the residues of that process can be used to feed animals, livestock. In that way, you can kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
So we are encouraging production of high valued crops and also producing more per a small hectarage of land. Thank you.
Very nice.
Sure.
Okay, so we've seen some of that. We've looked at now wheat. We looked at the bananas. We looked at some of the sunflowers we just saw. And Gracious is going to show us some more papaya, but I want to show us one other thing real quick before we get to that. I want to show you guys one of my favorite parts about Malawi and about Kasese especially, is this wonderful mountain that we have behind us. This is Mountain Ngara. Some people say that it's a hill, but I think it's a mountain. It's quite large, and you've probably seen it featured on our website or in some of our photography before, but it really is something that kind of puts us on the map, because if you look up Mountain Ngara, Malawi, you'll find this place, and then at the bottom of it, you'll find Orient Charities Africa Healthcare Center and our program offices. So really, it's just on the other side of this wall, and then we've got our farm, our large farm, right? This is just our agroforestry farm, which we'll hopefully go see right after this. So, Gracious, you wanted to show us some papaya?
Yes, we have papayas here,
Perfect.
which are still on early stages of growth.
Oh, and look at this! Look at this nice maize. All this corn that's right next to
Of
us.
course, we also go there.
And this is organic corn, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So is the whole agroforestry farm, is this all organic?
Yes, everything in an agroecology farm, it's organically produced.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
you know, so some people out there might not know what organic actually means. Can you tell us what organic means for Orient?
Yeah, organic for Orient means the production of different crops without the use of chemical stuffs. So like here we run away from the use of the chemical fertilizers, pesticides and the like. We use natural ways of controlling the pests, and also the natural ways of feeding our crops. Yeah.
And so the something that we talk a lot about, and that's actually quite well known on our website, is and you know is directed by Gracious, is our production of Mbeya fertilizer. So if you're in Malawi and you're looking at how to grow crops, organic crops, then check out some Mbeya fertilizer. Check out using manure. We've got blogs about that on our website, and yeah, so check that out. Oh, and Gracious is opening up a nice organic corn for us, just to show us how nice this stuff looks.
The organic corn, yeah. Yeah, this is the maize.
Wow.
This is corn produced organically.
Yeah, that's nice.
Sure.
Malawi white corn, or what's the
Yeah, white corn.
white corn?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good stuff. And is this local corn as well?
Yeah, this is local.
Local corn.
Yeah,
So this is not from the big companies. This is local variety of maize. So yeah, classic Malawi corn. Okay, so do you wanna talk to us a little bit more about the papaya? We're finally getting to the papaya.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the papaya for 20 minutes, so now let's finally see what the papaya looks like.
Yeah, this is our papaya fruit. And it's on its early stages. That's why maybe you can see that the fruits are still small, but they can grow bigger more than this. Yeah, this papaya fruit was also planted last year. Just the same month, the same month as it was with bananas, and right now we are on the second fruit. The first fruit was already harvested, and this is the second one since last year. So we can easily confirm to you that the papaya you can easily harvest twice a year. Yeah.
Papaya.
Yeah, papaya you can easily
Try Malawian papaya.
Yeah, it's really so sweet, so delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, we've had it, and we also we give some away to the women who stay at the maternity ward.
Yes, yeah, we did that.
And then we also sell some at the market.
Yes.
So this is really triple beneficial for us, right? This is the papaya and actually all of the crops on the agroforestry farm. You can see behind me. You can also see over here. So those crops are, like we were saying, they're eaten by some of the staff here, by visitors, and then they're also distributed to some women who are staying with us, or who are staying at our maternity ward to deliver babies, or to have their babies delivered at our maternity ward. And then they are also sometimes sold at the market, so that we can have some kind of income back into our agroforestry program. So yeah, we're doing all of it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Gracious, is there anything else that we should see at the agroforestry plot while we're here?
Maybe the rest I can just show you a mango.
Ooh, mango. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, a mango
Are
tree.
these pineapples?
Yes, this is also pineapple.
Ooh.
Here we are also trying to cultivate pineapple, since pineapples are also not common in Doha. So we are also trying to cultivate some pineapples and see how these pineapples are going to perform in Doha.
Right. Sorry, I'm trying to get the angle on there. I'm not sure everybody got to see it. Yeah, sorry, I'm throwing it around a little bit. Yeah, but there's our pineapple. We're growing it in a bag, but we're trying to find it out. Yeah, we got a nice little spider over here on that piece of corn. So, yeah, lots of fun stuff, lots of life, and yeah, a lot of different crops going on in the Orange Charities Africa agroforestry farm.
Yeah.
So, mangoes.
Yeah, mangoes.
Mangoes.
Okay, so here we have a mango tree, which is also just
sorry.
a year old now. Of course, it is a year old now, but you can see that it has a big fruit like this one. Of course, the tree is too small for a big mango like this one, but we just keep it just for experimental purpose, because it is supposed to be the flowers are supposed to be deflowered at the very same year, since the tree is still too young. So we just kept this one fruit just for experimental purpose, just to see how this small tree is going to survive.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, and it seems like you've got it set up nicely, so that it's staying alive, but it's also able to produce a nice big mango.
Yeah.
Are you going to eat this mango when it's ready?
Of course, Special Praise is going to take his and
Praises has
use
already
salt.
claimed this mango, so
Yeah, this
if you thought you were going to get this mango, guys, sorry. That's for Praises. Yeah, she's already got it.
It has her name on it.
It has her name on it. That mango is already named Praises, so watch out.
Yeah. So,
I actually have one other thing that is pretty interesting that Gracious, some people might not know about, is there's a lot of stuff on the ground, right? So when we're looking around, you've probably seen that we've got, these trees, and there's lots of growth and everything, and maybe one day we could do a much more in-depth, introduction video or a live video of, how does everything on this farm work. But you'll see that there's a lot of like ground coverage right around here. So there's like straw, and there's leaves over there, and then over here there's sticks, right? And so there's a lot of different things that look like they're just kind of, it looks like it's trash, but it's not. So Gracious, could you maybe kind of explain what's the importance of having all of this extra stuff on the ground by these trees?
okay, the covers which you are seeing on the ground is not like a trash at all. These ones have been kept on the ground for a purpose. For the first reason is to provide to act as a soil cover, so that the moisture levels are not being evaporated easily. So that when the sun, instead of sun hitting direct on the ground, it should hit first on the mulch which you are seeing there. Therefore, reducing evaporation processes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think right. So that makes a lot of sense. It's decreasing the temperature of the actual area, and then it allows for more moisture to stay around the plant, right? Yeah. So very cool. Gracious, could you tell us maybe more, just while we're kind of walking this direction, what's the goal of an agroforestry farm? Why do we want to have an agroforestry farm?
Okay, the agroforestry farm is being designed for something like to keep it more environmental friendly.
Okay.
And also to make it possible for a farmer who has a small piece of land to be able to have different kind of crops just within the small piece of land. Because as you can see here, this is a half-acre plot.
Right.
But we have more than 10 species of plants. We have bananas, we have papaya, we have mangoes, different species of plants within a small piece of land.
Right. So it's really like it's agriculture and it's forestry, right? Like
Yeah.
you've got a lot of it's meant to make a system, right? So where you've got some vegetable plants fruit plants that are growing right next to a plant that maybe provides shade or provides some kind of protection against pests.
Yes.
Or we also have this tree over here. What's this one called, Gracious?
This is Goisidia.
Goisidia, and it does. It's actually, maybe we can look up top. Yeah, see it shaking. But what it's really good at is actually providing biomass. So it provides nitrogen for the soil and nitrogen for the other plants, so that it's regenerating the soil.
Yes.
Is that
yeah,
correct?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Cool.
Sure.
There is a question for you, Gracious.
There's a question.
Yeah, from Sean. She's asking how delicate are mango trees, weather, insects, and stuff like that.
Since these mangoes are being produced in an agroecology farm, we have a system which controls the price. In our system, you will find that there's pepper, there's also onion. These kind of crops have been planted for the purpose of repelling the pest from the rest of the field. Yeah, so you're
Very
aware that
interesting.
these mangoes, they are free from the pest and other stuffs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's really like an organic farming method, and also, I guess, an agroforestry approach.
Yes.
Is this kind of intercropping, mixing plants. I know we've been here for a little bit, but I think people really like it. So maybe could you point us to just showing us, for an example, of two crops that are next to each other that kind of work together?
Yeah, we have a paper there.
Okay. Oh yeah, this one's quite interesting.
Yeah, this is pepper, and we have macadamia here down, and we have papaya nearby.
So we've got over here, we've got papaya, right? We saw the kind of the papaya trees earlier, right? This one's not as tall, but that's the papaya. And then this one is a pepper tree, you said?
Yes.
Right.
Pepper
So we've got some little tiny peppers that are growing. They're growing over here. And this is kind of an anti-pest plant that helps prevent pests.
Yeah, to repel the pest.
Right, to repel the pests. And then what did you say this one is?
This is
This
macadamia.
guy down here?
Macadamia nuts.
All right. So this plant is going to be a macadamia tree. Right? One day.
Yeah. Of
One
course,
day.
for sure.
One day is one day.
One day, right? So, I think another principle of the agroforestry plot that's really exciting, and why I've been really interested in it as well is that, we were just looking at this macadamia tree that's tiny, right? It's really small, and along with the pepper plant that's kind of much bigger and is protecting it. But at the end of the day, the macadamian tree will be huge, right? It'll be much bigger. But the idea is that it's a long-term investment.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a crop that you just go and you pick and the first year everything is perfect. It's that it might take maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 7, 8, 10 years for us really to get the full like value out of the plant, right? Before they're fully producing. You know, the mango tree as well, we saw, and it's tiny and it's produced this huge mango. But in the next couple years, maybe 5 years, it'll be producing
More
lots of
mangoes.
mangoes,
Yeah.
right? And then in 10 years, it'll be producing, you know, maybe even more mangoes. I don't know. So Gracious is really the professional around this. But yeah, I think that, you know, for me, that's one of the really exciting things is that this is a long-term investment. One, in, you know, what we do at Orient Charities. And then 2, just a longer-term investment in Malawian agriculture. Gracious, could you tell us why we've got these big empty plots in between the trees?
These big plots, okay, these big plots have been designed for a purpose of cultivating annual crops like maize, like wheat, and other annual crops. Since in our lines we only plant the crops which we know that they will stay there for a long time, and that's why you can see that it has been spaced very well so that it does provide shade to one another. So in these big spaces which you are seeing here can provide a better space for any farmer to cultivate the crop which the farmer is really willing to cultivate on that period of time. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Thank you.
Good, good.
Hi.
Yeah, as you can see, this is one of our orchards. So we also have various trees in here, from lemons, oranges, but also something interesting is this one. This is a giant bamboo. Yeah, and this is one way of utilizing such plants instead of how other people end up cutting down trees. But if you plant a giant bamboo within a year, if I'm not wrong, Gracious, this giant bamboo should be about 1 year old or something.
Yeah, 1 year old. Yeah.
Yeah, and right now they have already produced lots and lots of trees. Yeah, so we try as much as possible to conserve moisture. As you can see around the trees, there are some shrubs and other dry leaves so that we can conserve water. Yeah. Well, we try as much as possible to have everything on our campus. This is lemongrass. People use it for various things. It's also medicinal. Some other people can just drink tea made from the lemongrass. But it also repels pests.
Mosquito repellent.
Yeah,
right?
mosquito, yeah, mosquitoes.
So we're gonna head over towards we're heading over towards the maternity ward.
Yeah.
Maybe we can, I don't know if we need to go in, but we can maybe
We can
call
just-
some people out.
Yeah, just be outside for the sake of the privacy of the people inside.
Cool. Over here on the right, we've got the Kasese Health Center. You've maybe seen pictures or heard about it before. So yeah, that's the famous Kasese Health Center. And then this is one of our ambulances, Toyota Land Cruiser. So Gabriel, do you want to tell us a little bit about what we've got here?
Yeah, we are right outside our maternity ward at Kasese Health Center. This is where, on average, we get about 50 babies a month. And the maternity ward really helps the community a lot, as people from the surrounding community always make sure that they come to deliver their babies here, do prenatal as well as postnatal care, and all other maternal and child health activities which are necessary for children as well as women. I don't know if you can be able to show it, but we have just renovated our solar system up there. I think it might be hard to show it.
I'm going to do my best to show you guys the solar system on top of this roof. Well,
Yeah, I think it's right behind. It's behind. I think it can be shown from the other side. Yeah, but the goal,
I was doing my best. I don't know if you guys could see the solar system. Maybe we'll go to the other side and try to
if
show
we
you.
can go to the other side, we might be able to.
But actually, you know, speaking of renovation on the maternity ward, we actually, because of donations from the, you know, from our donors in the United States, we were actually able to remodel the entire maternity ward last year, was it, or 2 years ago?
Last year.
Last year. So, I mean, the building was good before, but you know, it really needed a lot of paint. The roof had trouble. The ceiling was just a mess. You know, and this building has been around for probably more than 20 years, Gabriel.
Yes.
Yeah, about 20 years. And so Orient Charities Africa acquired it in 2015, 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
And so since then we've been working here. So it had a lot of needs. So yeah, so we're really thankful to our donors that we were able to, you know, put this thing back together. So thanks, guys, in the U.S. for making that happen. Gabriel's scouting out our solar panels. I think it might be a little bit bright. Oh man, yeah, it's really bright. I'm not sure we can see them, but I'll lift you up a little bit. And maybe you can see the solar panels up there. They look kind of brown, but it's because the sun is reflecting off of it. So yeah, and this is kind of the back area of the maternity ward. And then over here on the other side is the
guardian shelter.
The guardian shelter. So if you come here to deliver your baby, and if you're living in the Kasese catchment area, this is where you should come. You know, just shout out. Yeah, if you're coming here to deliver your baby, the guardian shelter is basically for the people that come with you, so that they can have somewhere to stay and cook, because you might be waiting at the hospital for maybe up to a week or sometimes 2 weeks,
Yes.
right? And so yeah, just so that you've got a place to stay and a bed and everything like that. This is something that we haven't announced too much in the past, but it would be kind of fun. Just to show everybody. So if you've really stayed super close in touch with Orient, then you might know that we've been working on building actually a library and community center here in Kasese in Malawi. And so kind of a first show of what that's going to look like is this. Gabriel, do you want to do a pose? Yeah. So this is what we're calling the annex of the Orient Charities Africa Community or Library and Community Center. So in the future, this will be, well, hopefully in the next couple of months, this will be a fully finished building, and we'll have a place for community activities, for a library, and for lots of other things where we'll be having programming and stuff like that. So. Yeah, we all look forward to it. We've been working on it for a number of months. I want to say maybe since the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're just finishing up the roof. And yeah, it's really exciting that we're, seeing where this building is going. And it's all thanks to your support that we're able to do this. So, shout out again to our donors around the world. So thank you guys for continuing to support Orient Charities Africa and our efforts here in Malawi. The camera to you.
Thank you so much, John, for showing our friends, viewers, donors, the new campus. It's exciting. You can see the roof is coming up, quite nice. And in the coming months, it will be completed and used for various community activities. People will be able to come and learn things. People will come to read. People will have to come and access, internet and other things. So it's a very good place for the community, and we are really thankful to all our donors for the support. And right now we are back in the old campus. Behind me is the outpatient department for the Kasese Health Center. And now we are going to the workshop area. This is where we stock lots of construction and building materials. Yep.
Yeah, and other stuff like that. So Gabriel, keep guiding us around.
Yeah, so as you can see up there, we have got solar panels. We equipped the Kasese Health Center with solar panels so that we have got power all the time, and that patients are not living in blackouts, and they can be assisted all the time. So we are going to be talking more about solar in the next few minutes, but it's the way to go. It's something which we are doing and we want to continue doing. Right here, if you can see, it might be too bright, but up there are water tanks. This is where we store our water to make sure that the campus has got water all the time, for patients, for staff. Yeah, as you can see, the water tanks. Yeah, to my right is the workshop. This is where we keep some of our equipment, some of our tools for maintenance. We are very serious when it comes to maintenance. We want things to last very long, so that the other generation can use and appreciate and enjoy. Yeah, we are back to the orchard. This is what I was showing you some minutes ago. To my right is our waste disposal area for the clinic, well fenced, well protected from people, so that we follow proper waste management procedures. Yeah, so if you are in town and you are looking for some citrus fruits, you can come to our campus. You will enjoy them. Yeah. Right now we are now in the parking lot for the offices. This is where we park some of our vehicles and visitors' vehicles. And now this is our offices, also known as the Mission House, where we work, and I think we'll be able to give you a tour so that you can say hi to one or two staff.
Yeah, so let's go on in over towards this entrance and we can say hi to some people.
Yeah, so these are our offices. Let's see if we have someone in the HR and admin. Yeah. This is Saidi and James.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, meet our team. We have got a vibrant team and we enjoy working together.
Yes.
Yes. Mpatso, say hello.
Hi.
Meet Mpatso.
Hi.
That's our grants officer.
Hi everyone.
We have our education program manager. So if you have got any question in regards to our education program, that's the person to meet.
Sure.
I said, we smell popcorn. So we're gonna go over here in the kitchen really quick, and we'll meet, maybe we can say hi to our wonderful chef, and he can tell us what we've got cooking. So, what are we making over here?
We are making potato. We are peeling potato right now.
Peeling potatoes?
Yeah.
Cool. So this is Aswad
Yeah.
and Fidness. They're two of our helpers. They're so yeah, and we've also got some popcorn. Oh, the popcorn actually just moved to the table, so we'll go over there, and maybe we'll have some tea.
Okay.
Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll just head back over here. Yeah, we'll kind of set up so that we're all
Tea or coffee?
tea.
Tea.
Yeah, I've had too much coffee
And we
today
have
already.
some chombe tea right here.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, Malawian made.
Nice.
Yeah.
Malawian made chombe tea. It's 5 o'clock here, so most of the team is leaving work. But you know, for some the work never ends. Right? So
It just keeps going.
it just keeps going. So yeah, and we're having fun hanging out with everybody. So it's nice to have you guys here from a couple different countries. Praises. So why are we eating popcorn? Is this a snack in Malawi?
Yeah, it's very common. You find popcorn packed like in small jumbos, plastic bags. They'll sell it by the roadside, at the markets, or something like that. It's a common snack.
Gabriel?
Yeah, it's a common snack. Grown in Malawi, it does well. You just need some, cooking oil for you to be able to cook it better.
Nice.
It's nice, it smells nice. Yeah.
And earlier we were talking about the importance of agriculture in Malawi, and also about the importance of maize, of corn in Malawi. So one variety of corn that they grow here is specifically Oh, I just did a. Yeah. Okay. But one variety of corn that they have specifically is for popcorn. Right, so the corn is grown, meant to be turned into popcorn, which is fun, and it's a nice snack. I know people in the United States and all over the world enjoy it. Great for movies, great for that 5 p.m. For that 5 p.m. tea. What's your favorite snack to have at tea time?
Maybe we can have the audiences share their preferences of snacks.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So, what is everybody's favorite snack to have at tea time?
I like groundnuts, roasted groundnuts.
Peanuts?
Peanuts, yeah, like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Praises, what about you?
Apparently, I think I don't know what I like.
Anything nice.
Roasted local maize.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Roasted maize. So roasted maize versus popped maize. Okay.
And for you, John?
I would say for me, favorite, what? Do you know what it is?
Champongangkati.
What?
The rice balls that we
Oh, yeah. I like those a lot. Yeah. So what is it called?
champongangkati.
Champugangkachi.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
It's favorite.
It's these like fried rice balls that you put like salt and like really spicy sauce on it, and then you roll it up in a bag and eat it, and it's amazing. So that's probably my favorite. I also really like chigumu, which I think we're making. So I think we're making some chigumu, which is banana bread. It's like Malawian banana bread. And Praises, don't we have that? Don't we have a recipe on our website for chigumu?
We have
Right. So we have a recipe on our website, on one of our blogs actually, where that Praises wrote, that talks about how to make chigumu, which is this Malawian banana bread. So if you would like to try what is maybe my favorite snack in Malawi, my favorite sweeter snack, I guess, is you can check that on our website.
One of the exciting things which we have done in our programs this year, I'll give an example in the water program. We had the first of its kind, piped water project, whereby we connected one school, Kabuzi School, and other 6 villages surrounding by to bring clean water, tap water to the villages. This is something nice. This is something good because in the past we just focused much on drilling water wells, but now we drilled a water well and inserted in a solar water pump, connected solar power so that we can, convey or electricate the water right to the doorstep or close by to the school as well as the people. So I'm just so excited on this Giving Tuesday. I'm just thankful to see the communities being able to drink clean water, have piped water per se. Such projects, thankful to your donations, they help kids stay in school, they prevent diarrhea diseases, they help women spend less time to draw water, they reduce the distance women walk so that they can do other things. Right now it's our rainy season, so having water close by, the women can just draw water and go to the field and do other things. So I'm just really thankful for that. This year, I'm also thankful for the coming of the Energy and Environment Program, which we'll talk more later today. So stay tuned, don't go away. We look forward to interacting with you. We want to tell you our plans for 2025. We want to tell you more about Orange Charities. Praises. Anything you're thankful for this year?
I think it's a lot of things. For the loans that we're giving to our business development women, they have transformed their lives and their families. They are able to send children to school, they are able to feed their children, fix their houses. They've done a lot of things with the proceeds that they've been making from their businesses. And it's all been possible because of your donations. You've transformed lives in Malawi, you're transforming Kasese, and their lives are becoming better and better. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Could you maybe tell us a little bit more about the program that you're talking about, the business development program?
Okay, so I was talking about the financial empowering micro loans program, which is under our business development program. So we give out loans to business women, which they invest in various businesses, and these are zero interest loans, which they pay back in about 4 or 5 months. They are given a period of 4 or 5 months to pay back the loans with no interest. So they invest this in their businesses, and we also have another, maybe I would say, micro program under this program, which are VSLs. So these are used as an option for them to be saving. The proceeds that they make from the businesses, they use the VSLs to save, and they share out by the end of the year. So
What's a VSL? Sorry?
Village savings,
And loans.
and loans.
And loans. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a group of women. They come together, and from the proceeds that they've made in a week, maybe they would agree that they'll be meeting every Tuesdays. So they come together, put the money together, they save it, and they share it by the end of the year. So this is December. I think in the coming weeks they'll be sharing out everything that they've saved for the whole year. Yeah.
That's exciting to see the results of what they've been working on. Maybe not just for this year, but for past years.
Yes.
Right, because like you said, these are rotating microloans. So these are amounts of money, like Praises was saying with the FEM program, in the FEM sub-program and the business development program, that year after year, this money that is invested goes into these businesses, and then the women use that money to invest in their businesses, to make profit, and then oftentimes what they do is they take that profit and either reinvest it into their business, or they will do something that's generally just very good with it, right? So most of the time these are women, these are mothers, and so they'll be investing in their children's education. They'll be putting a roof on their house, things like that, right? So it's really nice to be able to see what they're able to do. And sometimes that means they'll be buying things like livestock, maybe pigs or cattle or chickens, so that kind of grow the wealth and the well-being of their family. So yeah.
Okay, so what also excites me more about this program is the skills development aspect of it, whereby these women are also told on how to knit, how to make soap or something like that. So if you follow Orant, you know that we use a holistic approach. So how we do this is like for the FAME program, when they sell whatever they've knitted, maybe the boots, baby hats, they sell it to our maternity ward, and the money that they make from that, they also use it to invest in group savings. It's savings. Maybe they do a business which they do as a group. So that's what excites more about the FAME program. Do you have anything to add, Gabriel?
Yeah, the business development FEM program, one other aspect is more about business education, teaching classes in records management, bookkeeping, marketing, how they can maximize their revenue, how they can diversify, and a lot of things. So I'm really happy to see women in this program are growing. Some will now will graduate, and some will venture into medium-sized loans. Some will do other things apart from their maybe one line of business which they were doing, just to diversify and see that their business is blossoming. Yeah, so much things to be thankful about this year.
So we mentioned earlier that, you know, we've got the mountain, well, we've got our agroforestry plot, which we showed you guys earlier today. And, you know, that's quite fun. Something that everybody got to see. It's organic farming, once again, using agroforestry methods to really get some good growth and some good plants. But now we're going to go check out our real big farm. So the agroforestry plot, Gabriel, how big is it?
Half an acre.
Half an acre, right? So not that big. And we really only looked around at a little bit of it. But now we're going to go look at our farm plot, which I think Praises is closer to 30 acres?
32.
Is it 32?
Yeah.
32, 33, depending on how you cut it. 31 sometimes. I don't know. Ooh, look at this.
Ooh.
That's the MOC, the Mobile Outreach Clinic. That's the team coming back from the field. Hey, Mary, can we get a wave? Hey, that's Mary. She's a nurse with our outreach clinic. So yeah, the Mobile Outreach Clinic, you say they've got these big trailers that are filled with medicine that have a variety of other things in there. And they basically go to rural villages around Kasese, in the Doa district and in the southern Kasungu district, where they go and they treat people for different diseases, you know, maybe some more simple things like malaria, which is a very easily treatable but also deadly disease. But then they also work with NCDs. If I'm not mistaken, we've now got an NCD clinic, which is non-communicable diseases. So that covers things like hypertension, diabetes, epilepsy, asthma, right? So things that you can't catch from somebody else, but that can still be very dangerous or deadly. They also have women's clinics, so they do prenatal or antenatal clinics, which helps women prepare for delivering babies. And then they also do cervical cancer screening clinics, right? So that's also a big deal that we rolled out, I want to say a year or two ago, and has just been very successful. So I don't know if the wind is going to be really loud, but it's worth it to get this beautiful sunset. Now we present to you the farm. Yeah, pretty nice, huh? So yeah, that's Ngara Mountain. Cool place, and the campus is just over there. So we saw that earlier. That's the if you see this building just on the other side of the wall, that's actually the guardian shelter. And then there's some of the trees, and then if you go over there, you can maybe see more trees, other stuff that's on the campus. So Praises, do you want me to hand you the video, just because I feel like you haven't gotten to control it as much?
Okay. Are we going back to the campus?
I don't know. What do you think we should do? We can go back to the campus if you want, but it's also kind of nice out.
Yeah,
Maybe we can just walk around.
yeah, walk around, hike the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it might rain.
Oh yeah. The rainy season started early this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But most people have not planted yet.
Yep.
So Praises, what do you say? Should people plant?
Ooh, that's a
They should not.
should not.
that's a hard one, but this field is planted.
Okay.
We are people full of faith.
Not all of it. I would
Yeah.
say maybe some percentage of the farmers have planted.
Yeah, just a little bit, not all of it, but
Could you
it's a
maybe
good start.
actually talk about this farm? Gabriel?
Yeah, this is Oran's farm. It's about 32 acres, and about 20 acres of it has been given to one of our farm clubs. 10 families, each has been given about 2 acres, one to plant maize, which is corn like our staple food, and the other one to plant legumes to make some money. It could be soya or groundnuts. And it really helps families because families in this program, they stay in there for like 3 years and then they graduate. Now the good news is the last cohort which graduated has now formed a cooperative, the Kasese Farmers Cooperative, dubbed as KFC. Yeah, but it's good to see farmers come together, work together, and in their cooperative they will have a bargaining power to sell their crops at good prices. They will share information about farming. They will be able to, raise more funds from all over. So it's good to see those things happening on our farm and in Kasese, and we are so excited today on Giving Tuesday.
Talking about the Energy and Environment Program, why are we starting the Energy and Environment Program?
Well, the fact that climate change is happening cannot be overemphasized. It is happening. There's a lot of proof to that. There's a lot of deforestation happening there. We stay close to the Bua River. We also see that pollution.
One side, which is the environment side of it, right? So, that's maybe water, that's maybe, the forest, and other things like that. And then there's this other aspect, which is energy, right? So like you're saying, that's alternative energy. Is the energy also kind of part of this approach to climate change, or maybe tell us more about that?
Yeah, it is an approach to the climate change, because when you are talking about energy, we are going to be dealing with issues, for example, like the renewable energy, like solar, which is very good to assist in mitigating other effects of the climate change, because if you have got solar water pumps and there's drought, you can use the solar water pumps to irrigate your farms, thereby mitigating the effects of climate change. So these things kind of work hand in hand.
Okay, that makes sense. So they're working together to kind of have like a 1-2 punch to fight climate change.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. And I guess what is the goal of the Energy and Environment Program?
Yeah, this might sound like a repetition, but we want to mitigate the effects of climate change. We want to advocate for the environment, to ensure that there is proper waste management. We want to increase access to solar, which is affordable. We want to see our campus run on solar. We want to see the community run on solar. We want to teach the community about other alternative sources of energy, So I think this is one of the good programs coming next year, in the year 2025, in our programs.
That's very exciting to hear more about it. So we're starting the Environment and Energy Program in 2025. What are kind of our hopes for the coming year for this brand new program? What are we, what's changing in 2025, right? Why 2025? Yeah. So what do we want to do next year, and then what do we want to do, I guess, over the long stretch?
Yeah, for starters, we are going to start with increasing access to solar, you know, to the community, to our campus. We are going to teach the community about alternative sources of energy. We are going to continue promoting permaculture. You know, today we had a chance to walk to the farm, which is also something which is very key in the energy and environment program. So those are like the first things to do. But in the long run, we want to come up with innovative solutions to deal with climate change. We want to come up with local solutions. We want to do research, you know. We also want to partner and collaborate with other players in the industry who have been, you know, working on energy and environment in general. Yeah.
Very exciting. And so, right now, do we have somebody who's going to be running this program, or how does that work?
Yeah, right now we have just recruited someone for the position, and they'll be joining us come 1st January.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're excited for him to join our.
So is it a
dynamic
surprise? Do we know who it is? Is
team.
it a
It's a
surprise?
surprise.
It's a surprise.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a surprise. I wouldn't mention right now. Yeah, but we have someone who is capable, who has got vast experience.
And so this person is going to start in 2025 with the beginning of the
Yeah,
environment
2nd January.
2nd January. Wow.
Yeah.
Coming up fast.
Yeah, it's all figured out.
Yeah, just under a month away. Right? Wow.
Of course.
Okay, so you were talking about this energy aspect, renewable energy, and you mentioned solar power. We've seen that Orient Charities Africa has solar power on some of our, on some of the buildings, and we know that it's quite an important technology. So, why is solar power important? What's the goal? Maybe tell us about solar power in general, and then maybe solar power in Malawi.
Okay. The good thing about solar is that it is it's a clean energy. It's renewable. It means it can be replenished more than it is being consumed.
Right.
It is cheap compared to other sources of energy, because you cannot compare solar with other sources of energy, which requires quite vast investment, comparing like to geothermal or hydropower. But also you can have solar energy almost everywhere. I believe, I would assume that almost everywhere there's some sun,
Right.
you know.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
and especially here in Malawi,
Yeah.
like we kind of talked about earlier, we mentioned earlier, the sun is very bright, and it's very powerful, and that's it is a very prominent resource, right? So it's it's a
Yeah, but also solar energy, solar systems, they are not like very complicated. You know,
Right.
it's plug and play. If you have got people trained, they would be able to install that, and it's easy to have that kind of knowledge spread out in the community. Yeah, so.
that makes sense.
Just to add on what Gabriel has said, I think the other reason why solar, in Malawian context, why it is important is because in Malawi we have like low percentage of households or people who have access to power grid,
Yeah.
like ESCOM electricity.
Right.
So because of that, you have a lot of people using firewood, which is causing deforestation, air pollution, and many other dangers.
Right.
So I think with that, solar is the way to go, the more sustainable form of energy, because I'm not sure about the statistics, but I think I'm just thinking less than 20% of the population have access to electricity.
Oh,
To the
wow.
grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point, because you know, where we work as Orant, we are rooted in the rural communities, and we find that some areas people are like totally off the grid of the hydropower. So solar systems is just quite a very good technology to take it to such areas.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And also for the less population that has access to the electricity, the supply of electricity, I would say it's intermittent, because a week cannot go by without having blackouts or something like that. So solar would be the way to go.
That makes a lot of sense. It, like you said, it's very accessible, not too expensive, fairly easy to use, and there is still a huge disparity between the amount of people that have access to it, or who have access to any kind of power, right? So that makes a lot of sense. So we talked about solar power, which is, you know, obviously kind of the main way that Orient Charities is trying to do alternative energy. But we also mentioned two other sources of energy that are very prevalent in Malawi. You mentioned hydro, and you mentioned wood fuel.
Yeah.
Two very different things. Could you maybe talk to us about those types of energy and those types, or just in terms of, are they sustainable? How are they produced? And what does that energy mean for Malawi?
Yeah, I would start with the bioenergy, like the wood which you have talked about. It's not sustainable because it contributes to the greenhouse gases. It pollutes the air and the environment. You cut down trees, and it affects our forestry. People ends up making charcoal from the wood fuel, so that they can have energy, but it's not a sustainable way. But people just do it because they do not have maybe an alternative. Speaking about the hydro energy, it's working. We have seen it. Our grid is connected to the hydropower, but sometimes we also have challenges of either too much water or less water. So that becomes, it's like when you have too much rains, then it's a problem, you know?
Well, and
When you
that's,
have-
that's a challenge as well with climate change.
Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
can you talk about that a little bit?
With climate change, you know, we have had some cyclones and all of that. Would have lots of flooding, and we discovered that the turbines are clogged with trees.
The turbines on the hydropower.
On the hydropower, yeah.
Right.
So that becomes a challenge. When you have got less water, you have got less energy, you know. I mean, climate change is so real, you know, like in Zambia, Victoria Falls, there has been a time this year where it's like it dried up, you know, just an example of climate change. So, yeah, these are two, the hydro and the wood fuel, they are two distinct sources of energy, but it's what people are using. Yeah.
And the biofuel, the wood they're talking about, that's mostly for, or that's all for cooking, essentially.
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
yeah, for cooking, mainly for cooking. Yeah.
So is there anything that, any terms of alternative energies or just energy in general that we might be interested in working with as alternatives to cooking, or just in alternatives to, you know, standard charcoal or?
Yeah, there are other options which we can, you know, explore. That's some of the areas of the energy and environment program, because we'll be looking at using biogas, for example, for cooking. We are thinking of making briquettes, which is an alternative to firewood. You can recycle paper and other things to make briquettes. Yeah, there are quite a number of options. Maybe wind. Wind energy has not been explored much in Malawi, but it's something which we can look into. Yeah.
Cool. So there is a lot of alternative forms of energy. You know, definitely we've got, you know, kind of the more ones that we know about, but then there's really just a lot of other opportunities that are out there that we're going to be exploring with the new Environment and Energy program.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe the kind of the last question, or one of my last questions about this is, why is energy and environment an important part of Orant's holistic approach to programming in Malawi?
Wow, that's a very good question. The energy and environment, its program is quite important to the holistic approach with which Orant does. You know, in whatever we do in the community, we want to make sure that the environment is not exploited, and we keep resources for the next generations. As you know, Orant Charities usually is greatly inspired by the Vision 2063 agenda, which the Malawi government introduced.
Right, Malawi Vision
The
2063.
Malawi Vision 2063. So in the Vision, Malawi Vision 2063, one of the enablers to achieving the Malawi Vision 2063, enabler number 7 is the environmental sustainability. So much as we are using resources, there's pressure on resources for us to achieve the 3 pillars of agriculture, productivity and commercialization, urbanization and industrialization. There's pressure on resources. Industries will be producing much waste. You know, as people are getting into the urban areas, there will be more overpopulation and more pollution, more waste being produced. As people are opening farms, you know, there'll be lots of trees being cut.
Right.
Yeah, so we have to ensure that the environment is sustainable amidst all this development. So the goal is to advocate for the environment and make sure that every project which we are doing in the community, not only that we are getting the spoils of the environment, but we are making sure that the environment is sustainable for the next generation.
Right.
We have all the natural resources. We have the water, if people need water, if people need trees, and other natural resources. So the energy and environment comes like a hub, like connecting all our programs to ensure that whatever we are doing is sustainable for the future generations. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So it's like you're talking about, the question was, how does this fit into the holistic vision of programming with Orient Charities Africa? And so kind of what you're saying is it's the keeping the mission alive.
Yes.
Right? It's making sure that the impact that we're having right now is not just today, but that it's also tomorrow.
Yes.
Right? And so that's kind of what I'm hearing, and I think that makes a lot of
because
a lot of sense.
even one of our values is sustainability. So we really look to do that. Whatever we are doing is sustainable. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think that that makes a lot of sense. Is there, and just to I guess go down this rabbit hole a little bit more, the Environment and Energy program, more specifically, I guess, how would it interact with other programs?
Yeah.
So just on a regular basis, what might the Energy and Environment program, how it might collaborate with, education or with agriculture or business development or something like that?
Yeah. The energy and environment is cross-cutting in nature, because before we do any of our projects, be it agriculture, be it water, for example, the energy and environment is going to work with the team, to do environmental assessments, environmental impact assessments. They're going to do environmental and social assessments. They are going to, play an advisory role of the impact of any project which we are doing. For example, if the agriculture program wants to work with a certain community in irrigation, the environmental personnel is going to say, well, we need to observe the buffer zone of cultivation from the river.
Right.
You know, yeah. So it's going to be like interaction from all our programs and
Collaboration.
collaboration. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way in which I was looking for. The environmental person is going to look at our healthcare program and say, you know what, as far as medical waste is concerned, maybe instead of incineration, this is the way to do it. It is
Right.
going to play an advisory role across our programs.
Right. So it's really, you know, you're talking about kind of the future and making sure that everything is sustainable, but then it's also kind of making sure that everything is collaborative.
Yes.
Right. So it really does wrap out this, you know, circle of holistic programming from Orient Charities Africa in Malawi. And I mean, that's awesome. I think it sounds, you know, ideal, and it sounds very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We look forward to this program come next year.
Yeah.
Thanks to our viewers for being there. You are enjoying this interaction. You want to donate. Yeah, feel free to do that.
Yeah.
It's Giving Tuesday. Whatever you donate is tripled. So it's all about energy and environment. So thank you for being there.
Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. Yeah, so Gabriel, do you want to answer that? How does the Environment and Energy Program, or Energy and Environment Program, relate to Orient's mission of inspiring communities?
Yeah, we really inspire communities in whatever we do. We try as much as possible to inspire sustainable and independent communities. So the Energy and Environment Program is going to work with communities around Kasese, where we are based, to train them, educate them, and let them know about the goodness of solar and other alternative sources of energy. Communities will be inspired to do more in their respective areas by using local resources to ensure that they achieve various needs. For example, if they were using a lot of wood fuel, some of the solutions which we are going to come up with is having efficient stoves, you know, which can use less fuel, less wood, or else it's one of the things will be like promoting the planting of giant bamboos, which can be used instead of cutting down trees. Communities will be inspired to come up with innovative solutions and ideas. Someone might come up with wind energy in their areas. People are going to, you know, explore issues to do with biogas generation. People were going to work more on composting, you know. One of the things which the Energy and Environment Program will do is to try as much as possible to replenish lost nutrients in the soil by encouraging and promoting the use of organic manure. So we believe that the community will be really inspired to do more, yeah, and see that they are able to achieve different things.
Very interesting. Yeah, and I think that, you know, that makes a lot of sense in terms of, you know, the ultimate mission of, you know, inspiring communities and inspiring sustainable and independent communities. In that, you know, even when you talked about as well with energy, right? If people are able to produce their own energy, they're able to have more of it, and so it's less dependence upon somebody else to do these things for you, and then also just to overcome challenges of, you know, that you might fight in the environment with climate change, etc. I think that makes a lot of sense. So thank you guys a lot for the wonderful question.
I just want to, to say that as an organization, Orange Charities Africa, we try as much as possible to make a sustainable impact in the communities, by supporting women, entire communities, through various programs, healthcare, water and sanitation, business development, education, agriculture, and now the newly introduced energy and the environment. We focus much on inspiring communities. We try as much as possible to use local and data-driven approaches. We try to be holistic and also to work in a community until we see that the community is, inspired and able to do more by themselves, and that our projects are sustainable. We like to collaborate with other organizations. You might be an organization out there and you would want to collaborate in energy and environment or any of our programs. Feel free to reach out. You might be there and you would like to donate to our cause. Feel free to do that, as we are still in the Thanksgiving mood on this Giving Tuesday. If you want more information, you can go to our website. You can follow us on all various social media handles. So yeah, we are so excited to have interacted with you today. I wish it was longer. Yeah, but so glad.
Thank you everyone for being there, for joining us. So all I can say is, as Orange Charities, we are excited about the new energy and environment program, and we're expecting that we'll transform communities and will really inspire communities through this program. And we ask you to be on the lookout. I think we're starting implementing it next year, January. So be on the lookout. And again, thanks for joining us.
Well, it has been a very exciting evening with my co-hosts and colleagues, Gabriel and Prezes. But yeah, it's been wonderful seeing all of you. Thank you everybody for visiting. Thank you for tuning in. There's one more question.
Yeah,
do you have any plans for biodegradable waste that you produce within your campus as far as energy production is concerned? Any plans for biodegradable waste that you produce within your campus as far as energy production is concerned?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So on the waste produced on campus, one of the things which we have started doing is separating our wastes. So we have got the organic, the food waste. We have got papers, plastics on the other side. So the first thing which we have done so far is waste separation, and in future we want to be able to produce biogas from the biodegradable wastes and use it as an alternative source of energy.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, another alternative source of energy, and that could be something for maybe also used for cooking.
Yes, cooking.
And it can also be used for manure.
Yeah,
right?
The compost.
For compost.
Yeah, sure.
For manure. So yeah, there's a number of alternative energy sources that come from food. So yeah, thank you very much as well, Benja, for that question. Guys, I'm gonna leave we're gonna stay online for the next maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and we're just kind of gonna chill out. If you've got any other questions, let us know. But besides that, yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll maybe play some of our favorite Malawian music to join us in the background. What do you think? Some Ela and Juchi?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So let's play some of that.